Good morning. Welcome to day 7, Friday, August 19th. It's about 8 o'clock. We kind of both slept in. Sarah is still half waking up. So just coming down to the lake for the morning. Really cool reflection of the mountains off the water right now. Got a while before the sun comes all the way over to hit the lake. And our campsite is right behind that grove of trees there. So we have that little bit of shade. So it's pretty good. We definitely know now that animals come down to the, we knew last time because a moose came down years ago, but we know all sorts of animals come down here to the shoreline, at least for a drink and to do a little walking around. So maybe we'll see something this morning. This is like prime time for wildlife activity. So if we see anything, we'll come back. Good morning, Friday, August 19th, day 7. Day 7. So, unbelievably, we've had this lake all to ourselves since we showed up yesterday. There are 2 campsites here, but no one showed up for the other campsite last night. And the way Glacier works, I don't know if we talked about it before, but like this is only two sites here. So one is reservable, which is the one we got back in March, and the other one's a walk-in. So either no one walked in for this one or someone just didn't make it here, but probably no one walked in for it. So we've already had 2 visitors this morning to the lake, 2 deer from different sides that I videoed. But this meadow here that we're like camped near, or not really a meadow, but just an open grassy area. It's like a highway for wildlife we're seeing when we're like just quiet and still. And so this is like 8:30 in the morning, and also yesterday at like 5 in the afternoon. So it seems like it's a pretty heavily trafficked area. So that's really cool. Hoping to see some more stuff today. Slept great last night. It really did cool down once the sun went away. We did put our fly on just in case, you know. Even with the fly on, we still, with the vestibule doors open, it's still like pretty wide open, so still good airflow and good views. So the plan today is I'm gonna try and go up the left side of the lake, above the cliffs, get to the snowfield and maybe higher if we're lucky. Sarah will relax here, but This time when I do it, it'll be cool because we'll have the radios and
it'll have the binos.
And the binos, and it should be fairly easy. I don't think we're going to lose any radio traffic. I'm not going into any valley or anything. I'm just going straight up in direct line of sight the whole way. So that'll be fun. But it'll be interesting to see how many day visitors come here today, if any, and then who our neighbors will be, so we can tell them about all the cool stuff we've seen. Anything else?
No,
right
I
now?
think that's it.
All right, we'll check in later.
So Brian's just getting packed up for his little adventure, and I'm getting set up here at the lake. I have my Crazy Creek, a coffee, my knitting, my water, and the binoculars. I think it's about 9:30, so I think I have about an hour and a half of shade here based on yesterday, and then I'm gonna have to go and like search out different shady spots, and I'll end up at the tent for a little bit. But hopefully I'll be able to hang out here for a while and watch Brian's progress up to the peak. Let's see if I can see. So he's gonna go up there. So Brian's just ready to head out. We turned on our walkie-talkies. I am almost finished sock number 1. I can't officially finish it because I need to watch a video on how to do the final bind-off stitch, but I'll put it on waste yarn and then I will start the second sock. But so Brian's off on his adventure and we'll check in later. So there goes Brian. He just changed out of his hiking shoes into his Crocs, because he's gonna walk along the edge of the lake for a little while before he cuts up. So I just thought I'd show you that.
So we're just kind of getting started on our off-trail adventure at Helen Lake. That big waterfall from our campsite, I just passed it. Continuing along the shoreline in the Crocs, we'll find a place that doesn't look too brushy to start heading up and get to those initial cliffs. So not even probably a quarter mile from camp yet, just walking along the shoreline in the water. Same route our bear friend took yesterday, the path of least resistance. So if it's good enough for the bear, it's good enough for me. So kind of reached a decision point of which line I want to take to get up. It's been all this kind of tall, thick brush along the shore, but this is like the first spot where it opens up a bit. Can navigate up through here, or I could go further down the shoreline, go around the next bend, and it might be a little less steep of a climb if I continue along the shoreline. I mean, either way, I'm going to be going up for a while, so I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet, so think about it for a few minutes and start heading up.
Brian is still making his way around the lake, and I just finished pretty much all my sock. I tried it on. It's a little big. The first time I always make a pattern, I always find it's like, if it's not just like a scarf or a hat, it's always like a little big or a little small. So this is my first sock. It's a little bit big. So I'm trying to decide if for my second sock, if I cast on the smaller size, but then I have 2 socks that don't quite match, but one that fits and one that's a little bit big, or do I just do the same thing and make it again? I see a bear across the lake. It's too far, I think, for me to get a picture of him, but I'm gonna check it out with the binos. I'll be back.
So I just had a quick radio message from Sarah. She just spotted another bear on the other side of the lake and went into the brush. So that's pretty cool. I decided to stay on the shoreline. I think just looking at the terrain, I could have started to go up here. I may go down that way, but I feel like if I just go around the bend here, looking at the topo map, it might be a little gentler elevation to climb up. So, plus I haven't checked it out. Haven't been around this way in 5 years, so let's go check it out, right? And it brings us closer to the big waterfalls and the glacier up there. So why not? The water actually, even though it's still relatively early morning, 10:30ish, I guess, water feels really good. It's not ice cold and it's not warm. It's a nice temperature. So we'll keep going around this side of the shore, and once we get around this little bend, the terrain will probably start to level out again. It's definitely getting more open terrain to go up. It's not 6-foot high brush to get through, which is nice. So at some point we'll get out of the shoreline, get on dry ground, put our trail runners on, and start heading up.
Okay, so the bear went into the brush and I can't see him, but I'll keep a lookout on that side of the lake to see if I can get a photo of him if he comes down to the water.
So we've been traversing the shoreline of Helm Lake for a while now. We're still like a half mile from the other end of the lake, but you can see these big boulders up here, and the terrain opens up again right there. So that's where I'm going to exit the shoreline and start making my way up, find a line to get up to the cliffs. So that's the plan right now. We'll check in later. So we got out of the water, dried off our feet, had a little cliff bar. Now we're going to start heading on up and keeping our eyes open for goat trails to, we'll probably have to go, well, I don't know, but we're eventually going to like keep going up on that ledge there. But we got to probably do a little zigzagging to find it. So check in a bit. So we're starting to gain a little elevation. It's a little steep, but not too bad. It's pretty White Mountain, New Hampshire comparable, just no trail, but it's easy terrain. And we're just gonna kind of follow this nice open line up to the top there. And then at some point, I think we're gonna hook back that way to kind of climb these ledges. So we'll see when we get there. Little update. So we are in true mountain goat mode right now. You know, this is fun because there was some nice scrambles up a little bit of cliff, nothing technical, but some fun scrambling. And now I'm just kind of following this cliff band up. Now I have to hang a right at some point, so hopefully once we get over this cliff band, I can start making my way more to the right a little. And we're definitely gaining some elevation to the lake for sure. Could see our orange tent in the distance a little while ago. Now that's out of view. But yeah, we're just gonna keep climbing. It's pretty steep and mountain goaty right here, but it's a lot of fun. I will definitely take a different line down. This is, I don't necessarily want to go down this line, but it's fun going up. So we've been climbing up above Helen Lake for a while. We're starting to get good views of Elizabeth Lake, where we camped a couple nights ago over there. That's Elizabeth. And we're getting closer and closer to this edge of the cliff band where there'll be a goat trail there eventually. But we're just going straight up. And the terrain, it's like scree, loose scree, which is what a lot of Glacier is, Glacier National Park is. So it's slow going. We're looking for bigger rocks that aren't going to slide down. So we're just pretty much going straight up right now, but we don't have too much further before we'll be on the goat trail and we'll be headed over to that. So pretty soon. What's up, guys? Day 7. It's a Friday afternoon. It's awesome. It's about 12:30. We're at about 7,050 feet above Helen Lake. Wow. And Elizabeth Lake there in the back. Wow, wow, wow. But the most exciting news, we already showed you the little video of the mountain goat we got. We have found the goat trail. It's right here. It's just enough of a path in this loose scree. The goats always know the path of least resistance, so we are going to follow this to that snowfield, which might not be turning out too great in this lighting, but it's yeah, it's over there that way. So that way you can't really see it, but it's over there. You'll see it in a little bit. Last time I was here, there was a pretty decent pile of bones. I mean, I felt more from maybe a rock slide or an avalanche. An animal got it, as opposed to something getting killed up here, but who knows? So we'll see what's up there today. Oh, there's a cool little, I forgot about this. There's another little mini lake. Man, the lighting is bad right here. I can't really show it to you. But above this end of Helen Lake, going that way, right about there, is a mini lake. Yeah, the lighting isn't gonna let me show it to you right now. But trust me, it's there. So that's where we're at. It's just a gorgeous day up here. And we're headed over to the snowfield. See you there. So just to give you guys a quick view of that lake I was talking about, there's Helen Lake, the waterfalls. And then right down there, another little unnamed lake. And so we're going on this goat trail right here. You still have to be careful because it's very loose, but if you stay right on the goat trail, it's pretty good. And we're heading to that snowfield, and you can see that very snow-capped peak behind the snowfield. That is Longfellow Peak. Pretty cool. And there's a really nice view, zoomed in view of the glacier. Glacier number 1, Ahern Glacier, and glacier number 2, Old Sun Glacier, I think it is. So very, very cool. Getting some up close personal look at these glaciers before they're gone. So that's where we're at, to the snowfield. So you can see I pretty much have reached the snowfield, and then on top of the ledge there, there were a few folks hanging out. So pretty cool. Won't be able to get up there, but see if the bones are here.
Okay, so I just thought I'd give you an update. I just spoke to Brian on the walkie-talkies, and he is, let's see, up there below the snowfields. But through the binoculars, I could see people on that right above the snowfield. There's a trail on the other side that gives you an overlook into Helen Lake and that glacier. And so I could see people up there. At first I thought it was Brian above the snowfield, but it wasn't. But I thought I'd also just give you a beautiful look at the current view. I haven't seen anyone here this morning, and no more bears or deers, but the day is young.
As when I was here last time, there were definitely some bones up here, and there's still a few bones up here. It doesn't seem like there's any new ones, but yeah, pretty cool. Just gonna walk around up here for a little bit, take in the views, have a little snack, and then make my way down. But yeah, that snowfield is, trust me, it's a lot bigger than it looks on the video. So, pretty cool stuff. See if I can get a view of our tent. I mean, since Sarah could see the people on top of the pass with the binos, she could see the people up there that were standing there. So if I can at least get in line of sight, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I'm a few hundred feet below there. Maybe she can see me with the binos. We'll give it a shot. Who knows? So it's the middle of August, and we're standing in the middle of a snowfield. Pretty cool. This part isn't too steep, so I felt comfortable coming on it. Wouldn't go much higher though, especially not without traction and not knowing what it's like underneath. But just from seeing the rocks, it doesn't seem like the snow is too deep here. So gonna hang out here for a little bit longer and then start making our way down. We're about to leave the snowfield and head back down, but this little stream coming off is cool because it's feeding right down into Helen Lake with the other waterfalls. So that's pretty cool, huh? It'll get to the lake before we do, that's for sure. Pretty cool. We can see the entirety of Helen Lake from here. So we're going to be heading back towards camp, which is all the way back there. I reached out to Sarah on the radio because she could see people up on the pass, but she, even though we have like a direct line of sight here, she really couldn't see me just because of the background. But we gave it a shot. It'd be cool if she could see me with the binos up here. So we're gonna, but I can't really see the tent right now either. I think maybe I see it, but I'm not sure. So we're gonna start reconnecting with the goat trail and making our way back down to Sarah, and a cold beer, I don't know, maybe even a coffee, some cheese and pepperoni. We're gonna feast. See you later. So we're making our way down from the snowfield at Ahern Pass. We're on the slightest of goat trails right now, but it's cool. You can't really see it from the lake, but from up here, if you look in the distance, you can see that faint trail. It starts kind of there and zips around. So goat trails abound up here, but you can't really see them from down at lake level, but you can really see them up here. So pretty cool. Maybe we'll see something down on the shore as we're making our way down, or maybe we'll see another goat up here. That'd be cool too. So we'll be back if we see anything.
So I thought I'd give an update. It's about 2 o'clock and I just moved from the beach to the shade by our tent because it was getting a little warm out there. I'm hoping that the wind will pick up in a bit and I can go sit back out there. Brian's on his way back to the campsite and I'm just working on my sock, my new sock, my second sock, and listening to my audiobook. So that's it for now.
So we just started our descent, got off the goat trail, and we're gonna take this gully, this rocky gully, as long as we can, just because it's nice, stable rock as opposed to scree. So until it peters out, we'll stick with it as long as we can and get back to that shoreline. We've been heading down, taking our time. Going down this scree is very sketchy at some point, so you really got to take your time. But basically following a side of a cliff band where there's trees, and I happen to come across these guys in the ground. So definitely double row of teeth there, huh? Don't know what it was, but just up here on the cliff, the bones of some animal. Pretty cool. Welcome to Friday night. Awesome. Friday, August 19th. It's wrapping up day 7. There's nothing better than being off trail in the hot sun all day, adventuring, seeing a mountain goat. Awesome. That's a rare one. They're so hard to come across out in the wild in their habitat, so that was so cool. Getting up to that big snow field behind me. The Glacier rock can be really awful as far as just scree, you know. You try and get up it and you slide down, just loose dirt and rock, like dinner plate rocks. So it really makes you work for it. So I'm a little beat, even though it was only like 6 miles. But there's nothing better than coming back from a trip like that. And Sarah had a cold beer refrigerating in that stream I showed you yesterday. Cracked that open, and now just out here, like 5 o'clock on a Friday night. The wind's picking up a little bit on the lake. Just enjoying the breeze. This is around the time our bear came yesterday through, so we're gonna be quiet and be still. Maybe we'll see him again, make his similar rounds. That would be really cool. So it's a great way to spend a Friday night. Check in later. Just wrapped up dinner. These lemon blueberry scones are from 7 days ago. They've been in a
I would have
Ziploc,
already eaten them.
but I had other stuff, so I mean, how bad can it be? It'll be delicious. So that'll be dessert. What's your dessert?
I already ate it. I had a peanut butter cookie
Okay.
from 7 days ago.
So we're kind of wrapping up. We'll head back to the tent.
Our neighbors just arrived.
Yep, they're getting set up. And maybe a 2 decaf coffee night, we'll see. But yeah, just gonna relax in the shade.